Welcome, you guys. So, have you ever wondered why individuals who suppress their emotions are more likely to hold grudges? Yet, what is very interesting is that these same individuals who are holding grudges and who are suppressing their emotions, they're more than likely willing to go out of their way to get access to the individual that they are holding a grudge against. Oftentimes, they feel overlooked, and probably if they're having financial difficulties, they view themselves from a poverty consciousness. They probably rarely venture outside their comfort zone, so they easily get bored. They probably go without a lot, and they probably more than likely desire partnership. They're more than likely longing for adventure, and are more than likely trying to relive a moment in their life that truly impacted them. So they're more along the lines of reliving nostalgia connected to their home life. I'm also picking up on an energy that is quite childlike. They go after their dreams with a certain level of immaturity. This is the energy that's coming up in the present reading. And this is showing up as someone who you have walked away from emotionally, who you could have been friends with or were once friends with. If you understand the art of building friendship, you understand that if you literally physically walk away from a friendship that no longer serves you, that's very difficult to do. This friendship also with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords, spades, Seven of Spades and Eight of Spades, involved mental manipulation to control you. So, welcome to Mercury retrograde survival. Welcome to Mercury retrograde survival video series. If you happen to find one of these, then awesome. I won't make too many, but this one is how to protect yourself from friendship betrayal. Because when I'm picking up the way I started the reading off, and then I started getting more into it, is that individuals who betrayed you, who narcissistically abused you and wanted to project their insecurities onto you, that you have emotionally walked away from, they're seeing that you have more than likely had a glow up, a come up. And because they're not the main characters in their own movie, they want to experience what it's like to be the main character. And their definition of being the main character is based off of a poverty consciousness. And this is the past karma that they are willingly choosing not to end this toxic cycle of. So, being this is Mercury retrograde, I'm going to put y'all up on game. We have the Eight of Spades here. We have the Nine of Spades. We have the Eight of Hearts and the Queen of Clubs present with us. This is saying that you, the viewer, have willingly chosen to walk away from being controlled by individuals who don't even have control over their own lives. And with the Nine of Spades here, this is showing me that their very fear happened. Their very fear happened that with the Queen of Diamonds, you became something that they knew you wouldn't be able to become if you still were connected to them. So they made it very difficult for you to walk away from them. I'm also picking up on energies that you probably didn't really have a deep, genuine connection with, but they possibly, they're more than likely probably resistant to change. They like to follow through with whatever instructions they're given. They don't actually think about what they're doing and how it's negatively impacting people. They're quite apathetic in nature. And they are passive aggressive, and this is how they like to remedy things where they feel they are personally being attacked. So as I stated, this could actually be people that you don't actually have a connection with. However, when you understand the nature of emotional intelligence, and if you can understand that some people who have a very low level of emotional intelligence will follow through with passive aggressive solutions, this is where you simply prepare. Now, betrayal of this nature in adulthood, when you have to take into consideration being able to provide for your family long term, this is not something to take lightly or play around and pussyfoot with, okay? This is the kind of betrayal where you will try to figure out why your housing is being attacked, and you can clearly see you're doing everything you need to do, but there's no logical reasoning as to why you don't have stability, okay? And the grown-ups who have passive, aggressive, solution-oriented stances, they will cause havoc on a family trying to simply target one individual. All right, so this is Mercury retrograde, and being that we're entering the brand new year 2023, some of us have been able to clear up karmic energy, and others of us, well, some individuals have not actually been doing that work. So this reading is just putting you up on game about the individuals who have not been doing the necessary inner work, have not been devoting time to self-love, and they're trying to act as if the aspects of themselves that they don't want others to know about don't exist. Okay? So, Mercury retrograde, passive aggressive solutions to undermine individuals is definitely taking place. And this is where a lot of illegal scandal will get exposed. Well, the beautiful thing about Mercury retrograde, you guys, is that while these energies have been reoccurring consistently during Mercury retrograde, resolutions will be reached. We have the Ten of Diamonds. We have the King of Hearts. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Nine of Hearts and the Three of Clubs. Well, Wands, Clubs, forgive me. This message is simply saying, God got you. I'm seeing the King of Hearts, and this is where we're being asked to have faith that there's something bigger than us taking place, and to trust, do what we can, what we're supposed to do, and then leave the rest to God. God is, whoever your God is, it could be Goddess. Your higher power is fighting your battles, okay? With the Ten of Diamonds, whenever you see a Ten of Diamonds show up in a reading, this means, you taken care of. And with the Seven of Clubs, you're protected. Your higher power has got this situation in their hands, and just know you're right where you need to be. With the Three of Clubs and the Nine of Hearts, you're living your best life while you're aware of, the nature of some individuals. And if your higher power can have compassion for you, then you can have compassion for them as well. But that doesn't mean you open up your home to them and let them simply come in and wreck your shit. It just simply means you understand why they're doing what they're doing. And this is where, you have to set the example of maturity. When you are communicating with individuals in a very self-destructive energy, remember to have compassion for yourself, and this will transform the situation. Remember that in these times of Mercury retrograde, finish what you start, because self-destructive individuals don't actually have a clear-cut goal of where they're going or what they're doing. So 9 times out of 10, they'll more than likely keep trying to disrupt something that you're doing over and over. And while they may simply just be enjoying the rush of the rat race, for now, just be mindful that this is a time for you to expand your mind. When you become aware of certain illegal situations, as the one I described in the beginning, do not focus so much on the details. Even when you become aware of them, take that necessary call to action and simply follow up. And this will help break unhealthy patterns of individuals who are just naturally self-destructive at this point. You're guaranteed to see success with the 10 of Diamonds being present. Let's get one more message for you guys, and I hope that this has helped you. And for all you beautiful, sensitive souls, protect your heart. That doesn't mean have a wall up. That simply means understand that individuals who operate with passive-aggressive solutions, they're not going to sit there and tell you, I'm trying to sabotage you because my life is already sabotaged because I've given up on myself. They're simply going to act as if they support you, they're on board with you. So it can be difficult to know who's who. This is why, you take your time getting to know people. So protect your heart by being compassionate with yourself, but maintaining those healthy boundaries, especially when you can pick up on patterns, negative patterns of passive-aggressive, solution-oriented people who feel, who feel disappointed with their lives. Their realities are not your reality. They've created this boring, disdain world where they self-destruct, and it's not meant for you to repeat it by taking it personal what they're doing. This is why, with the Queen of Hearts here, practice self-compassion. Self-compassion will make you aware of how you respond emotionally, so when certain things happen, you can have what you need at the time you need to do what you need to do and keep it pushing. No need to stay extra, do extra. Just do what needs to be done and leave the situation. And remember that your higher power has your back. Remember that your higher power is much more powerful than anything that you could do, and know that your efforts do matter. What you do in this moment to help these difficult situations created by individuals who take things very personally and can abuse human resources, from a place of selfishness and end up causing harm to a large group of people. And they feel such great shame and guilt because of how many people they've hurt, and they don't want people to know. There's no need to hold a grudge, because honestly, that's just going to make very life difficult for you. All right? Simply, if you must communicate with them, get straight to the facts and just keep it pushing. And we'll end it here. Thank you guys for being present.